would like to ask a question on sales or marketing or both? Yes, Vivek.
This the panel, Vivek Manonsa here. I often go to some business schools, and when you ask the students, are you willing to take up business development or marketing? They want to join marketing or PR, but they don't understand that it's the business development to do. So they don't do anything to do with sales. So how do you get the youth of today? They don't like to ask for business. So how do you implant that in their minds that no organization can exist without a business development happening?
It's a very important point and dilemma that is there, because everybody fresh from the B schools wants to talk about the fact that I want to do strategy, and therefore execution is not something that I want to focus on. But fact of life remains that even at senior levels, the work does get quite repetitive, and therefore the focus and delivery of execution is critical. And when you start your career, your understanding and delivery on execution is far more important than focusing on strategy alone.
Yeah.
Good evening, this is Aruna Giriya. What I could gather from both the presentation was this, that more than knowledge or skill, attitude has become very important in bringing in the organizational harmony or synergy. But unfortunately, as you appreciate, attitudinal training is hardly imparted in the educational institution. So how do you think we can bring in this attitudinal synergy or attitudinal development or tuning in the organization?
So, I don't think there was ever a time when attitude was not important, except that when we were growing businesses at low single-digit percentages every year, the pressure on people to deliver, to grow, was less, and therefore there was a lot of bonhomie and friendliness and family and all that, right? Usually when you feel a familial bond with someone, whether it is a part of a group like this, or whether it's within a family or a business, synergy is stronger and easier achievable, because you think each other, as your brother, sister, cousin, friend, whatever. So I would think that what is happening today, and we need to be careful about that as a industry, as a nation, is that this is the flip side of growth. We are growing, almost all of us are growing so rapidly. We have told ourselves the growth story so much that we are willing to use growth as like a bulldozer. That as long as the company is growing, it is okay if a few people inside are fighting. And I think it has to come from the top. The guy at the top has to keep the message down to throughout the organization that we want to grow, but not in a manner that weakens the company and the organization in the long run. My challenge and I would say, question to anybody who's running a business at the top is this: what message are you sending? What is the brief you are giving to the team? We can't just sit back and say, oh, these guys have got wrong attitude. And let me tell you, lot of times we blame youngsters. That, oh, in our time the attitude was so good. Youngsters, they got all bad attitude. But I sometimes think that, is it really? Or is it that I am condoning or giving the message that it's okay as long as somebody grows the business 30-40%, that he has a deplorable attitude towards his colleagues, is harmonious, is creating internal strife. What do we reward? I think our whole reward mechanism has to gear itself towards overall healthy growth of individuals and the organization, rather than glamorizing only our business metrics such as top line and bottom line.
I'm Steven D'Souza. I am a visiting faculty at various business schools. Now, the concept of marketing and sales as in Kotler, 4 Ps, I feel has undergone a tremendous transformation. That is what the students feel. In this age, when there is e-commerce, social networking, the lines between marketing and sales has almost blurred. In fact, Vijay Govindrajan, who is India's topmost among the world's 50, says that In the days to come, marketing and sales will be, take a side place, and creativity and innovation would be the real marketing. I want your comments, please.
Peter Drucker kept repeating every few months before he died, there are only two profit centers in the company, marketing and innovation. All the rest are costs. And this is what really ties up with what you're saying. I agree with you that in e-commerce, the lines dividing marketing planning and sales operations are getting blurred, true. But the fact remains that there will always be these two areas. Marketing planning, which is strategizing, and sales, which is tactics. Strategy, tactics is equal to customer value. We can't get away from this. The problem is with attitude. All our business schools, if you do MBA, you will not want to join a company as sales supervisor. You want to be at least product manager, because dowries are higher. Honestly, dowries are much higher as product manager than as area supervisor. No parent wants to say, what is your son-in-law doing? Oh, he's a salesman. Or he's a sales supervisor. When you say product manager, doesn't matter with Emami. Of course, all the directors are in jail. But even if it is for Emami, it is product manager. So I think they kept talking about attitude. Somehow we'll have to lick this. And it has taken a long time to lick this. One of the answers may be interchangeability of jobs. Taking a product manager, making an area manager for some time, and vice versa. Joint meetings, joint strategizing, both for the field as well as for the product. This way one may bring about a certain unity of purpose, where neither forgets that the ultimate goal is marketing in its true definition. And what is it? To meet three criteria. To provide customer satisfaction at a profit to yourself, making optimum use of available resources. If this is done, marketing is done. And I think for all of us who are mostly here, medium SMEs, some large of course, we need to track the whip at this stage itself in order, as we grow, to make sure that these conflicts that both Jeev and Ravi have talked about so eloquently, about this constant fight and constant conflict, Tom and Jerry, does not end. Very few companies have been able to avoid this, but those who have been able to avoid it have succeeded very fast and very well.
Thank you. Shall we take that promised tea break? But before that, a big hand to our distinguished panelists. For example, who covered our area of sales and marketing and gave us that yarn which we also want to thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you for your esteemed presence.